Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a woman in Texas who was expecting a package from Amazon the other day, and she had these very specific instructions and requests in the notes.
I never take advantage of the notes for any of those things. Like I did for like food places to tell them like where my house was because it was tricky to find, but I never think about like using the notes.
Didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Boy, that's I'm going to have to take a look at that because that's kind of nice.
Well, for some people, like they'd prefer it being like left to the side of the house or on the porch or like, by the garage or whatever it may be. Or if you're one of my delivery drivers, not for Amazon, but for a different company, you just willy-nilly put it wherever you want, and I don't know where it is, and it's a crapshoot to find.
Oh, hey, it's a game.
Right. Sometimes you even choose different homes to drop them off at. And then,
there we go.
And then they're just lost.
Oh, your delivery driver's jigsaw.
Would you like to play a game?
Yeah. This woman did leave specific instructions saying she didn't want it by her porch. She actually wanted it not on the porch, but by her trash can. And she had a very good reason. It was because a giant spider had been out there all day, and she was too terrified to use the front door.
Dude, not that my wife has ever done that. I could see my wife thinking that and telling me something along those lines. Like, there are nights where she's like, I can't sleep. I'm like, why? She's like, I saw a spider on our front porch. It's probably going to be there tomorrow. I'm like, I got a feeling that spider's just going to be doing whatever it does.
Yeah. Plus, he's outside.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good deal.
Right.
I mean, he can't get you if he's outside. It's the guys inside that you got to worry about.
And then the conversation's in bed. I'm like, would you like me to go downstairs and take care of this? And she's like, no, of course not. But
yes.
But in a weird way, yes. Because then the next day, it's like I had a nightmare about that spider. I'm like, damn. That spider's living rent-free in your brain.
Yeah, you really should have taken care of that spider.
I should have.
Yeah. I love this, though. She told him, too, on the notes, that if he'd kill the spider for her, even better. And it turns out the delivery driver, this delivery driver said, all right, he got it done. He actually did it.
Oh, man. Call the authorities. She just hired a hitman.
Yeah.
Stone cold killer. Killer. Do you try and kill spiders outside your house?
No.
I don't know why, but like all bets are off when you come into my home. I feel like, okay, you've intruded on my home and like now you're, like it's like a home invasion. Like I'm going to take you out. But if they're outside, I just let them be.
See, if they're in
That's their world, man.
I mean, if they're in my house, I'm like, well, at least you're trying to take care of the flies for me, so stay where I can't reach you. Once you get into my area, I'm going to try to get you outside. But there's some spiders that are just shifty. They're like, no, I don't want you to grab me. I'm like, okay, well, guess what's going to happen now, dude? I'm trying to help you.
You're burning you and my house down.
Yes, you're leaving me no choice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be good.
Is your wife the same way where, like, if there's any spider in the vicinity of, like, a 10-foot radius, she's just like, spider!
Oh, gosh, yeah.
My girlfriend's like that. I don't see anything that's going on in, like, our living room, but then all of a sudden it's like, spider! And I'm like, where? She's like, that black dot up there is a spider. Kill it now.
I wish she would at least just yell spider, because now with a baby in our life, she'll just scream my name, and I'll instantly think the worst about what happened to Tatum. And I come running up, and I'm just like, what's going on? Out of breath, of course, because, it is what it is. And then she's just like, spider. And I'm like, okay. You could have said, babe, there's a spider up here. And I could have taken my time. I feel like I'm a little bit quicker than that spider.
Yeah.
It sucks because, I have a 2.5-year-old brother. And my dad is very adamant that he won't be like my nephews or even like me where I freak out over a spider. He's like, I don't want him to be afraid. I want him to see a spider, be able to pick it up and take it outside, not worry about it.
I'm going to take this outside.
Yes, exactly. But I freak out. So anytime I see a spider, I'm around my brother, I have to hold in the screams. I want to freak out. I got to freak out. But I'm like, nope, it's okay. we're gonna do a thing. Let's go get Dad. I just have to keep a straight poker face, even though I'm dying inside.
Are you sure he's training your brother or actually you?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Why not both?
Yeah. Yeah, your little brother's completely like, whatever, I don't care about this thing. I'll play
Right.
with it. And then there's Vicky just having a panic attack. I never understand the panic attack about especially the little spiders. Nope. I don't understand. Like, in the game of life, like, you have the upper hand.
Yeah.
Unless
Do
when they
I?
bite you, they give you a day of basically flu symptoms, which is what happens with me. Spiders have their venom gives me flu symptoms.
Okay, 1 out of 8 people on our show have spider bite issues. So, okay, I'm going to leave you out of this issue then.
All right, fair
Because
enough.
That seems fair. Okay, they have the upper hand on you. But I feel like you and a napkin will win all the time.
Yeah.
I think I'm more.
When have you lost to a spider?
Okay, so I walked into my bedroom once. I have a story. I walked into my bedroom and I see the biggest, nastiest boy on my pillow staring me down. So I run in. I had a
You
cup
say
of.
that about the guys you used to date.
That's the nicest thing I could say about the guys I used to date. But I get a cup and I go and I scoop them up and I start running to go flush them down the toilet and I trip and fall and I look in the cup. This guy's gone. And I know
So
he's
you're
out.
the person that would like die when Jason is chasing you very slowly.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
So I
straight
know
up.
that guy was out for blood. I couldn't sleep in my room or downstairs. I slept on the couch upstairs.
She's the person that's like, you have a head start, and she trips over a log, and then Jason gets to
I
her.
was trying to be brave, but it didn't work.
Boy, you know,
So he was out for blood. I know it. I didn't want to risk it.
yeah. Boy, you know what? There's somebody on this show besides me who's a great candidate for cognitive behavioral therapy, and I won't mention her name.
Hi.
Someone said, what's your go-to spider weapon? My wife always uses the Swiffer.
Oh, my shoe.
Oh, the Swiffer's a good
Shoe
call.
on the wall?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to leave a mark.
That's fine.
Well, then you get that Mr. Clean, those Mr. Clean sponges that wipe everything away and make it look fresh
Yeah.
and new.
You know what? You're an apartment person. Like, you know, you don't own that
Oh,
place, so you
right.
probably don't
Yeah.
care as much.
Fair.
I'm like, I don't want to smudge this. That means extra work for me.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I'm a napkin guy. Or if it's like a big kind of like funky looking one that's a little bit harder to get, I'll like roll up some duct tape on a broomstick and I'll just like jab it and stick
Wow.
it.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about the duct
MacGyver
tape
over
maneuver.
here.
Well,
That's
that way
pretty
they can't get
awesome.
away. You just
Yeah.
stick it to them.
Have you guys
Oh,
Literally.
have you
Look at
seen
you.
the critter catchers?
No.
So it's like a big old stick and it grabs spiders so you can gently grab them and just take them outside.
I don't even know about this. Send me a link
There's
for
an
that because I
invention
would
for
love that.
everything. There's something
Yeah.
for everything, clearly.
I want
Oh,
to be
yeah.
able to get a spider and help him out.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
Oh, it's eco-friendly.
But it's nice
Oh.
because it has a nice distance. So
Oh,
you
it has
don't
like a
get close.
gun. I'm in on that.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a trigger. You
How much does
open
that
up the little
cost?
hands. $20.
It's actually
All right,
not
you're going to
bad.
get that for my birthday, Vic.
You could
Worth
also,
it. Worth it.
Yeah.
Or if you want to cause the spider harm, you could also get the bug assault, which is the
salt gun?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
salt gun. My buddy has one of those, and it's so cool.
You have to have good aim, though.
Yeah, but you can
That's
shoot a
fine.
whole bunch.
See, I like
Yeah.
that idea, but then I have like a salt mess that I need to sweep up.
Exactly. Yeah. I still think the duct tape because
Duct
again, it
tape.
just proves duct tape is again useful for anything.
First, spray it with some WD-40, and then use the duct tape. The two greatest inventions of all time.
Yeah. I
Rev
love
has-
that.
Rev
And
has
it's very
one-
ironic, by the way, if you use duct tape. Because
Why?
that's how the spiders catch their people was with their sticky web.
Yeah.
And you're
look at
basically
you.
spidering them.
Smarter than you.
Yeah. All right, here you go, Spider. What are you going to do about this, huh? Now you know how it feels for those flies.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a pretty awesome chat on Reddit where a user asks people to name things that they pretend to like, but they really don't. And I love stuff like this because I just have always been that person in my life that said, how can you like this? Come on. What is going on? And everybody go, oh, you're an idiot. You should. This is amazing. And now I'm reading this list, and it turns out everything that I've hated, it turns out people secretly hate too, but pretend they like.
The Boston Red Sox.
A sport is on the list, but not like something like a football or a baseball. People say that they like watching golf on TV when they really don't. And I don't understand how anybody in their right mind could.
Dude, I mean, yeah, I always get a weird look from my friends when I say because I have so many friends who'll be like, "You want to come play golf with us?" Like we're doing it, and I'm like, "No." They're like, "Why, are you busy?" I'm like, "No, I just don't like golf. I have absolutely nothing going on today. I just don't want to go play golf." And like people get kind of butthurt about that.
Yeah.
Which I think it's so funny because I'm just like,
What, you don't want to go out there and drink and hit a tiny white ball around and hopefully find it?
well, the first part you had me, and then the rest of it, no.
Yeah.
I've tried it once and I hated it.
Yeah, I don't mind the playing of golf. It's the watching it on TV that I'm like, how can you, at least if you're moving your body, you are having beverages. So, like you said, Steve, the first half seems like, all right, well, I can, I don't mind that part of it. I'll sit in the cart and drink the beverages while you guys just, basically mow the grass for the golf course company.
And it's easier to say you just like it so they don't have to, like you were saying, you're like, well, why do you even like this?
Yeah.
Or them just trying to be like, oh, you don't understand it, and then start explaining it.
Oh, yeah. I
Being golf-splained is about the worst thing you could have.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather watch it on TV than play it because at least I could close my eyes and fall asleep.
Oh, I hadn't thought about it. Yeah, you know what?
Fair enough. Yeah, right?
You know what, Steve? You're right. You're in your comfort zone. You're in your place.
What about kids? I mean, I feel like that's something where,
ooh, interesting.
especially if you don't have a kid. I feel like until you have one, you just kind of tolerate your friends' kids.
Yeah.
Though, have you seen how certain human beings respond to just seeing a little baby or other people's kids? I would think you were right, Steve, but man, I am so surprised. And maybe it's the younger they are, the more people go, oh, they just love seeing like little tiny children. Like, I think, maybe when Tater gets to be around 4, maybe people will go, all right, I don't care about seeing her anymore. But she's got a good 4 years where I think people are going to get joy seeing her, even though they're not her kid.
But I think about when I was didn't have a kid, someone's showing me they're when they bring a newborn, everyone's losing their mind about it. I'm just like, I don't dislike the kid. Obviously, it hasn't done anything to wrong me. But I really am not I'm not like, oh my gosh, it's a child.
Yeah, I would say certain people get excited, whereas other people. Like with the Rev, every time I think about the time that we were on a plane and there was a kid crying and Rev was just melting down because of the kid crying, and I was like, yeah, he doesn't like kids. I get it.
Actually, Rev is a child.
True.
We had 2 children crying on the plane.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, now if I'm at a store and I see a child crying, I remember we were at a coffee shop and his child was just having a meltdown, and I just it used to be like, ugh, kids.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, poor parents. I
get it.
Yeah.
And you kind of almost grow you don't listen to it anymore. I don't anymore.
Right.
When it happens on a plane, was one time there's isn't that bugging you? And I'm like, I don't hear anything. What's happening? And they're like, oh, and there's a kid crying right behind you. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I've just been there, done that.
Yeah.
One of these things on the list is interesting, and I'm happy to hear this because I think it's the dumbest thing ever, and that's NFTs. The non-fungible, I don't know what the T stands
Token.
for. Oh, that's it.
I was about to say transaction.
And these are basically it's a collector's item on your phone. It's a picture of something, right? Or it's
the
not
original.
real. It's not really there, but it's the original digital.
It's an original digital item, which sounds really stupid. And most people don't even understand them. And they're good if you want to live in a virtual reality world, and you can show them in your virtual reality place, I guess.
But I could just grab it off the internet and screen capture it, and I could still have it in my virtual reality.
Yeah, but it's not the original, man.
I know. I think
no.
I think you're more so just trying to line the pocket of somebody whose art isn't usually not going to get it's due. Mm-hmm. So you're almost just it's like, hey, I'm going to pay you for this original piece of art that you made. Even though I could grab it off the internet, it's just so I can say I helped out the artist.
Yeah, it's having an original as opposed to having a print of something. Yeah. And it's cool for the artist, but if you're buying $100,000 whatever sometimes, it's a lot of the times they're just dumb.
Well, it turns out more people are pretending they like these when they really don't.
I feel like you could also throw cryptocurrency into that too. You know what I mean? A lot of people act like they're so pumped about it, but I don't know. I'm not going to act like I know what the hell's going on with all that crap. Obviously.
Anything at all that involves investing, Steve, because really, cryptocurrency to me is just another form of investing.
Yeah,
and
I don't know. Talk about stocks too.
And I don't know much. I'm the same way. It's and sometimes they look at you like you're not going to go out there and day trade? You're going to put your financial future in somebody else's hands? And it's like, I think if you knew me, you'd realize anybody else's hands would be better.
Well, just like
finances,
just like stock. I wish I would have gotten into Bitcoin way back in the day, but now I will not because of how expensive it is now.
Yeah, it's insane when you hear like the person who put like $5 now has X amount of dollars. You're like, oh my gosh.
Or the guy who got paid in like Facebook stock or something like that for painting their walls is now just a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean,
lament that stuff because I'm not getting into it no matter what.
Because for every one of those, there are people that go, I've got worthless whatever that somebody paid me. Yeah. So how about company holiday parties? People, again, this is a list of things that people pretend they like, but they really don't.
Oh, I like those.
As long as everything's paid for.
Yeah.
And you seem to be the party planner, Danny, so you have fun with that.
Yeah. I like going.
I like free food, man.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, have we been to a company holiday party in our life where people made us pay? I can't remember. I'm not saying, or in your career, has that happened?
Oh, yeah.
I've been to ones where they give you a drink ticket.
Oh.
And they're like being very protective. Like they're like, nope, you only get one free drink. Even though they have a giant roll of like free drink ticket things, and you're like, come on, give me one more.
Why? Why have a party if you can only give somebody one beverage?
Yeah,
I mean, what's the point?
But otherwise, I love company Christmas parties like and stuff like that because it's a chance to be around people in a less like stuffy setting. Not that our station's stuffy, but you know what I mean. Yeah, and free food.
Yes,
all the free food.
Well, remember that with our new studios, though, we had that one party up here. It was good.
Awesome.
So actually, you're right, Stephen. Under normal circumstances, the last place I want to have a holiday party is at the radio station. But these new facilities, man, oh yeah.
More often than not, I'm sure it's something that I wouldn't like. But if it involves free food, I'm typically going to like wherever I'm going.
Good call. Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah, because let's be honest.
Maybe not a funeral.
Yeah.
But you know what it is?
At least there's food there.
Yeah, I get bummed when there's a funeral unless I'm directly like I'm one of the basically people bereaved or whatever the heck you really related and you stay there, you stay in line and get people saying they're sorry all the time. If you're not that person, then I can't get bummed when there's no free food at a funeral. I'm like, are you kidding me?
You know what it is, though, with the Christmas party is that we don't have a lot of drama with us, like in our little area here. Whereas, like, I feel like a lot of people probably don't like their Christmas parties because it's like, oh, now I have to bring my wife to this thing and I'm seeing Janet in accounting and it's going to be awkward.
Oh,
like, there's a lot of drama that goes along with those, whereas, like, we just don't have that here.
The office spouses having to meet the real spouses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How about this one? This one I'm 100% behind. And I'm so happy people are speaking out about this. People pretending they like The Voice and The Masked Singer, shows like that, but they really don't.
I feel like the shelf life on those kind of shows is very short.
Yeah.
Because I did like The Voice. And then the next season, it was just the same exact show again.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
then
the
I stopped
problem.
liking it. It's like Survivor, all those shows. Like you've seen it once, you've seen them all.
Yeah, and if you like it, I suppose it makes sense. Then the formula is good. Survivor mixes it up a little bit. But you're right. I fell off. I was on the Survivor train longer than you, Steve, but I eventually fell off too. It's the same way with The Simpsons. I fell off that train, the Family Guy train. But these shows, I don't think anybody. I think half the people really never like them, but their significant other did. So it's like, all right, I can tolerate it. I feel like there's a lot of that goes on with people who say they like stuff. They tolerate it because their partner likes it. How about neighbors? How about people say they like their neighbors less than they say they do?
I'm always on. I tolerate my neighbors.
I like all of my neighbors.
I mean, they're fine.
The ones that I've met.
How many have you met?
Yeah.
I've met 2 out of the 4. One of them, I've been there for a full 3 years, and I've never seen them leave the house. I don't know if he really exists.
Do you invite them over for anything?
We have, and we even left a note saying, like, because their yard was a little unkempt, we're like, if you need to borrow a lawnmower or something, we'll definitely let you
did
borrow
not
that.
do that.
Yeah, we left a little bit of a why that guy? We're there helping out. We didn't know maybe they lost their lawnmower.
Passive-aggressive neighbor.
Not passive-aggressive, genuinely helping.
No, that's
trying
not
to be neighborly.
No, Rev, you have to own your PA on this one because you don't like looking at their unseen sightly lawn.
It's horrible, but I'm still going to try to help them out.
That's not helping them out. You're helping yourself out by trying to mow your lawn, bum. That's really what you're doing.
No, I was saying it a lot nicer.
Yeah, all right.
Well, how about I have a family member? It's a small patch of grass that they share across from the house that's next to them.
Yeah.
And the neighbors never mow their lawn. So the family member's just like, I'll mow the lawn because it literally is like maybe an extra like 3 feet of mowing. Like it's not much. It's just a little patch. And they were like, no, you don't touch our lawn. And they were being jerks about it.
Oh, wow.
So my family member just
that's a free lawnmower. I'm taking that.
A tiny fence that just goes right between the two because it's just like, I don't even want to look at your ugly lawn. And I don't blame him. Like, it's a nasty ass lawn, and he would have mowed it and kept it nice because he does great work with his stuff.
You know what he should have done? He should have put a little note on there. Hey, do you need a lawnmower? Is you're broken down? I mean, that's the way you get it done.
Well, I think they got all like butthurt, like we can mow our own lawn, and like I got like
it's like, can you?
They're a brand new neighbor, and it's just like, no, I'm like not doing it to be a jerk. Like I did it for the last neighbor, and she had no problem with it because I'm mowing the lawn for you guys.
Oh, people don't like to be called on the fact that they're a little messier and sloppier than they should be. And when you do something like that, they're like, "Wow, you're calling me sloppy and messy," and then they get all butthurt, as opposed to going, "Wow, you're doing me a big favor, thanks."
And the great part is like, yeah, you get all butthurt because they're calling you sloppy and messy, but what are you? Sloppy and messy because your lawn has not been cut.
Exactly.
It looks like a jungle.
And right.
We left them a note. We could have reported them, but we didn't do that.
You know how happy humans would be if they would just admit that they are what they are? You know what I mean? If you just go, oh, yeah, I guess, I mean, the actions speak louder than words. There's my sloppy lawn. I guess I'm a sloppy person. What else? I mean, just admit it. There's the facts in front of you. Instead, you fight and cause problems, and somebody was going to basically make you look better than you were.
Right.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah.
And it wasn't like a massive undertaking. That literally would have taken him maybe 3 minutes to mow.
I got one last one on the list, Steve, and I think you're the only one that does this on a regular basis. So I want to, I don't know. I mean, I want to see where you are because
Bathe?
a lot of.
I'm just kidding.
A lot of people say that they like going to church on Sunday, but they really don't. And I was always that guy. I was like, pick another day of the week. When I was a churchgoer, I'm going, can we go another day? I want my Sunday mornings. I just want to sleep in. I don't want to do anything. I get up every kid. Let me, and that's why I love when they started doing like Saturday evening or some other, any alternate day. I'm like, I'm in. I'll go any other day.
Yeah, we go on Saturdays, which is nice.
Oh, nice.
Because I agree. I do not want it interfering with my Seahawks. So that's a big part. Dude, there are some days where I'm just like, oh, why are we here? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, some days are better than others, depending on like if there's like a guest speaker that you're just not vibing with, and you're just like, okay, I guess I'll just kind of play on my phone. It's funny because my wife sometimes will get annoyed if I start falling asleep, and there will be times I look at her and I just go, look, this is gonna go one of two ways.
Yeah.
Either I'm going to nod off and you're going to let me, or I'm going to pull out my phone and pretend that I'm looking at the Bible app on my phone, but I'm actually going to be checking Facebook. I cannot stay awake. This person is boring me to tears. And she's just like, play on your phone. I'd rather you play on your phone than
At least you won't snore.
It's the small victories. But I got you here. What am I going to do?
I mean, look at Charles. He's over there playing solitaire on his phone.
Yeah.
The other guy, he's doing a crossword. Like, cut me some slack. I'm here.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case, as long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases, and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah!
So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time for Beat Migs, and it's Thursday, so let's get cracking.
Release the Kraken.
Sploosh. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Jared in Puyallup. Jared, are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning, Jared. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Jared will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Jared, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Beginning with G, what is the real first name of baseball player Ken Griffey Jr.?
Ken Griffey. No, pass.
Who is the lead singer of Slipknot?
Corey Taylor.
Yes, becoming popular last year. The abbreviation WFH stands for what?
Say it again.
Becoming popular last year. The abbreviation WFH stands for what?
You know what WSH means?
Do you want to pass?
Pass.
California's Napa Valley is world famous for producing what?
Speedway.
No?
Wine.
Yes. What takes place every July in Pamplona, Spain?
The 4th of July.
No. In which decade did the first Where's Waldo book get published?
Oh, gosh. No. California.
No, I said which decade. So, Jared, appropriately, you dropped a deuce on that one.
Yeah, he did. Though I do like his 4th of July answer because that does take place in Spain every year.
Oh, yeah. America's independence takes place
just
there.
the date itself. The date itself takes place, so he's not wrong.
No, you shut up.
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to allow that one.
I think you have to.
I do not have to. No, that's wrong. I don't like that. Technically right. Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
Beginning with G, what is the real first name of baseball player Ken Griffey Jr.?
It's not Ken.
No.
Grant?
No.
George?
Yes.
Good job.
Who is the lead singer of Slipknot?
George?
No.
Corey Taylor.
Yes. Becoming popular last year, the abbreviation WFH stands for what?
What? Effing.
No.
Work from home.
Yes. California's Napa Valley is world famous for producing what?
Wine.
Yes. What takes place every July in Pamplona, Spain?
Is that the running of the bulls?
Yes. In which decade did the first Where's Waldo book get published?
80s.
Yes. The 90s sitcom Saved by the Bell originally aired on what network?
NBC.
Yes. Who hosts Hell's Kitchen?
All right, because I'm Saved by the Bell. Gordon Ramsay?
Yes. In 1919, 21 people were killed in Boston due to a flood of what?
Tea.
No.
Flood of locusts?
No. Wow.
Flood of bulbs?
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You win. 8 to deuce.
Oh, yeah. You crushed him.
Yep.
Sorry about that, buddy.
And he got out of there.
Yeah, he did.
Deuces. Yeah, he did. Yeah, BJ tried to say that since he said July 4th takes place every July in Pamplona, Spain, that should be technically correct, and I'm just not going to allow that.
It's true, Steve. I mean, it's not a wrong answer.
It was.
Oh,
No, it's not. It's not. It's technically correct. I mean, July 5th also takes place every July in Spain. July 6th does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you'd said what event, then maybe then we would have been wrong. But you just said what takes place. So
Missing.
I'm sure a rain shower takes place. I bet a lot of things take place.
I don't like that. This is a really random one, but I thought it was hilarious. In 1919, 21 people were, well, I mean, not the dying part, but 21 people were killed in Boston due to a flood of what? It's completely random. No. Does anyone have any guess?
I should know this, and I don't.
Maple syrup.
Very close.
Oh.
Lava.
Molasses.
Ooh. What?
Yeah, apparently there was a whole thing that a thing burst, molasses went down the street and actually ended up killing 21 people.
Oh, wow.
Which isn't, that part's not funny, but just the fact that it was the molasses that did it.
I never heard about this. This happened where?
In Boston. In
Molasses
1919.
In 1919, 21 people were killed by a molasses spill.
Yeah, molasses flood.
Wow, that is just nuts.
So where do we get the saying "slow as molasses" from? I mean, is it because they were so slow they couldn't get away? Or I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but does it come from that?
I have no idea, and I don't know exactly how it went about. I just found it on a little trivia site.
How are you not prepared to get out of the way from molasses?
Well, maybe when it's a big spill like that, Steve, when you're trying to pour it out of a jar, it's very slow. I'll tell you that.
Apparently, the molasses rushed through the streets at an estimated 35 miles an hour.
That's not slow.
All right, that's not slow at all.
It's not slow.
So, where did we get the slow as molasses then if it's going to be doing that?
Well, it's probably, have you ever tried pouring molasses out of a jar? It's slow.
Yeah, I guess we're not dealing with tidal waves of molasses normally.
150 people got hurt from it, too.
Damn.
Like, on top of the deaths.
I can't believe I don't know this story.
Well, now you do.
Maybe
Look
they
at
don't
that.
speak of it in Boston.
Yeah, it's very possible. God, that's horrific. I mean, just because it seems so dumb, like you would think, well, wait, molasses, and then it killed 20-something people, and it also hurt over 150. That's nuts.
So steer clear of those molasses factories, everybody.
All right, I'll do that. Thank you.
Congrats on your win, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So recently we were talking about a listener named Jacob. He's the one that flew to New Mexico to try Dion's Pizza. We've had him on the show.
Yeah.
And
started with him texting us. Then we had him on the show. And it's just such an incredible story that he flew all the way to New Mexico solely to find out if Dion's Pizza is as good as Danny says it is.
And that's the thing. He did this because we give Danny such a hard time about how Danny says Dion's is the best pizza in the nation. So that's why Jacob went down. He says, you know what? I'm taking a weekend down there. And he did other things with his wife, but they really specifically went down there for Dion's. And a TV news station in Albuquerque, KRQE, found out about this, and they did a piece on Jacob.
How far would you travel for food? One Seattle couple came all the way to Albuquerque to try a local favorite. News 13's Rachel Knapp has that story.
When people think of New Mexico, they think of our state's natural beauty, hot air balloons, and even Breaking Bad.
And Mr. White, yes, science.
But for one Seattle couple, they traveled to the land of enchantment for the pizza.
Our local radio station, KISW 99.9, The Rock.
Nice.
One of my favorite producers was from Albuquerque and was talking about how good Dion's Pizza is. And, we really just wanted to go down there and try it out for ourselves.
How amazing is that? I mean, that is.
Yeah, I did not know that you guys were called the Land of Enchantment. That's really weird.
It's on their license plates.
It is.
Yeah. That's because it's very enchanting. How about the fact that this is big news? It's big news in Albuquerque.
That's pretty much all that's going on there. So
Today's top story, somebody flew to see us.
Yeah. And they did more about this whole story.
So, Jacob Nugent and his girlfriend Maddie packed their bags and headed to Albuquerque.
This was just kind of a drop of the hat kind of thing.
According to Nugent, Chicago's deep dish is just okay, and New York's famous pizza is good.
Hey.
But to him, there's nothing like a slice of New Mexican pizza.
There's something about green chilies on a pizza that just sets it off in a way that I can't even describe to people who haven't tried it.
Rachel Knapp, KRQE, News 13.
Some real foodies there. Dion says they will be sending that couple gifts, and they say someday they'll make it out to Seattle, but in the meantime, they encourage the couple to keep visiting.
Oh, of course they do. Yeah.
What if this is the reason why Dion's comes to Seattle?
Oh my gosh,
that would be amazing.
Jacob, really because we give you a hard time. This whole thing just blows my mind that this was a news story on a news
That's
station.
fantastic.
This is amazing, and shout out to Jacob, got the station name out there and everything, including the rock in there.
Yeah, Jacob, thank you very much, dude. That's the best advertising we've had in a long time. I mean, I don't know if it's going to rival the turtle billboard, but boy, that's pretty damn good.
I like
Danny,
this texter says, obviously New Mexico has nothing better to report about.
Once again, this is pretty much all that's going on down there.
So, hot air balloons.
Danny, you and I know a guy who's into franchising.
Oh yeah.
I think when we're about to get together and have lunch with him, we need to talk to him about franchising a Dion's.
All right.
Hey, while you're at it, can you hit him up about a Joe's Crab Shack too?
Please. Yes.
Sorry, buddy. Look, we got our hands full with just trying to get Dion's up here, but how cool would that be, Danny? I almost want to be involved in this now.
We were the reason. We franchise it. Yes.
Yeah. That could be our side hustle. We could run a pizza shop.
Ooh.
Why not? I mean, you know what? I'll have to talk to my buddy, especially if I don't have to do anything. If I just have to be, a silent investor, I give him a couple of bucks. I don't have to do anything. That's perfect. And I can go there and eat my pizza. All right. I love this plan.
Well, shout out to Jacob, man. That's what a fun little mission that they went on that ended up putting them on the news. That's got to be a great memory. Like you have a video thing of that. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely, Steve. You're absolutely right. All in all, it all started awesomely. And man, sometimes the best ideas are the simplest ideas, and you get to hop on a plane and then you're on the news, all for pizza. Good job, Jacob.
It's funny too because I've had a bunch of friends reach out to me and be like, "Oh my gosh, Dion's is the best. Why don't you come and have it more often and stuff?" It's like, yes, it just makes me so happy.
Oh yeah, it's like vindication.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Steve and I are still of the same mindset.
Still waiting for that
people
apology.
Are insane.
Well, I ain't apologizing until that slice is in my mouth.
Touche.
Yeah.
Right. Then I'll give you an apology if I like it. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, will you be honest?
Yeah, I'm a man of integrity.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think of when I think of you.
Thank you.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories. And BECU members like Heather don't have to.
With this card, I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just use it and pay it. It's pretty simple.
Keep things simple with the Cashback Visa from BECU. No more confusing categories, no more blackout dates. Just 1.5% cash back on every purchase. BECU. Power in people. Member compensated for participation. Cash advances and cash-like transactions do not qualify as purchases. Contact BECU at 800-233-2328 for current product and rate information.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a mother of four in Dallas who quit her full-time job because she is making around $1,000 a week dumpster diving.
Nice.
Whoa.
Wow, that's
not the career path I'd pick, but hey, $1,000 a week?
That is $1,000 a week. So she's making over $50,000 a year. And mostly she's looking for merchandise that was tossed from stores and then she resells it, which is pretty wild that there's stuff that she finds that she can resell and make $1,000 a week doing it. That's amazing.
You think she puts it on like eBay or on Facebook Marketplace? Probably everywhere.
Yeah.
I guess if you're doing the hustle, you're going to put it anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah, here's audio of her doing her dumpster diving.
Look at all of the bags. What we got? See, we got some candles. Yes, we got some lotion. We got some hand wash. We got nice candle. Nice. Not bad. So we got all that. And then 3 candles.
I like this texture says, I'm a garbage man picking up dumpsters, and I can tell you that I already hate this woman. Yeah, I wonder how clean she is with it. Like, or is she just leaving it as a giant mess for people afterwards?
Oh man, that would suck.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, when I first started getting on TikTok, she was one of the first people I followed, and it seems like she's pretty clean about it.
Okay, so she puts it back in the trash, the stuff that she's not keeping.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
As far as it looks like.
So are stores throwing away stuff that's completely usable that...
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Why? Do we know why? Because I can't remember that in my, when I worked at a clothing store and a supermarket, so I've never worked in like a department store that with the stuff that she's finding. I don't know why they throw that stuff out.
I forget why she said they throw them out in one of her videos. I know they obviously throw away sample stuff, like if they have anything out, like if it's a lotion that people were using for the samples or things that they either can't sell anymore. Or I remember I had a friend in high school who used to do this like after Christmas, and she would get a bunch of really cool like band shirts and stuff from the mall. And she said that sometimes they just ran out of room and they would put it in there thinking that nobody would take and it wasn't garbage day. But some people figured out when they would take it out and go dumpster dive.
We used to do it with porn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So at the end of
a month?
At the end of the month, there was a like a record shop / magazine shop in Albuquerque.
So the magazines,
and so the magazines they would throw them all out
Brilliant.
because they were expired or like the new edition had come out. So they throw them in this one dumpster. So we would go after school, dumpster dive, get all of the old porn, and then sell it around school.
See, that's the only reason why you should be grabbing dumpster diving.
It was amazing.
I don't even care about the selling part. I mean, you just have a plethora of porn.
I mean, I used the selling point to make it sound normal, but no, we just, we used a lot of it.
Plethora of porn, everybody.
Plethora of porn.
Yeah.
It's Danny's new website.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
So a woman quit her job and now makes $1,000 a week dumpster diving. So based on this, we want to know, what is the oddest way that you or someone you know have made money? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Juan in Tacoma, you are on the Rock.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Morning, Juan. What you got for us today, buddy?
I was like Danny. I would walk home and I would I would walk home through an alley, found some porn and started selling porn freshman year in high school.
Yeah.
Did you were you friends with Danny back in high school?
We were besties.
No, this was in Tucson.
Oh, okay. I was like, maybe you guys this is your business partner at Plethora of Porn.
Yeah, and everybody wondered how I got it, but I never told anybody where I found him.
Yeah, that was, nobody ever did that in my high school. Man, that would have been a lucrative business to be in.
Yeah, we were stupid.
It
We
sure
just
was.
shared it. Like, we were like porn traders. Like, if
And
you had
it
a
was
video,
that
you'd hand...
raunchy.
What's that?
It was that raunchy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're not talking Playboy.
Yeah.
Now is the good stuff.
Yeah, we're not talking Playboy.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the tough stuff to get your hands on, too. So that would have been a high. And did you charge cover price or did you go even higher?
No, I just charged $5. Get rid of him. I didn't want to keep the merchandise.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's a fair deal. $5 for that glory.
Yeah, it was super illegal to do it too because like they would chase us off the premises of whatever we were doing if we got caught. I knew that
You were the porn thieves.
they would call the security guard and he would come out with his little nightstick and chase us off the property and we'd be like, ah! It was
What an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it was exhilarating.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Judd in Puyallup, you are on the Rock.
If he sold porn too, I'm going to crack up.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Judd. How about you?
Did you sell porn?
Yeah, that's the question.
No, but that's a fantastic idea. I did not do that, and so this happened decades and decades ago. I think it was about 10 or 11, and I'm almost 40 now. But anyway, when I was a little kid, my dad from work, he brought home these like little fancy pens. He brought home boxes and boxes. And I guess he had the idea of maybe, it was something I could do and just sell on the side. And so I developed my own pitch. And I ended up going door to door just around our neighborhood, up and down the street. And I would tell people, hey, I'm just selling these pens to help support our family.
Oh.
And I sold every single pen because I made a lot of money selling these pens. And it's a funny family story that we talk about. For Christmas or Thanksgiving, we always talk about Judd going door to door selling these pens.
Yeah, you have a kid coming to your door telling you, he's like, 10, saying, this is what I got to do to help support my family. It doesn't matter what it is you're selling, they are going to buy. That's a brilliant pitch. Brilliant pitch.
Yeah,
Good job,
yeah.
Ted. Yeah,
and no kidding. With the amount of pens I had, I think I made close to $500.
Woo!
Just selling these pens.
Yeah, you're talking a couple decades ago at 10 years old, $500, man. That is super rich. Damn, good job, man. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's just reminded me when Joey D sold rocks in Arizona.
And you thought he was stupid, and it worked out well for him.
Well, the kid factor. It did not really take into account the cute kid factor, like, especially when he's selling an object that is just so available, like right in the front yard of the person he's at their door going, oh, but these rocks are different. And his whole pitch was, I listened to him as he would argue with them as to why his rocks were better than their rocks. And at some point, you're like, all right, I got to give it. I think the people realize this kid's a born salesman. We got to give him the money.
Somebody I said I was selling breast milk. Oddest way that I've earned money.
Whoa, wait,
Dude,
wow.
Yeah, there's a thing. People will buy breast milk. And I remember like opening up our freezer when I heard this story that people buy breast milk. I was like, man, there's just like a treasure trove of money right here.
Yeah.
I never did it because I think my wife would be upset if I was selling her breast milk and didn't tell her. But
were they buying it for a baby or themselves?
I have no idea, but money's money, BJ.
From what I understand, there is a special fetish for that, but there's also people who do drink it because they believe it's healthier and it's good for like sports people.
And apparently you get a pretty penny for that breast milk.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, there are fetishes up for it too.
I don't care why you want it. If you just want it, I'm going to sell it to you.
Yeah.
$50 a gallon.
Oh, whoa.
A gallon? I don't know if I'd be able to get that much.
Steve, you better start milking yourself quick.
I don't think they want my breast milk, BJ.
Listen, breast milk's breast milk, buddy.
I think you'd be surprised, Steve.
You know what? You're right. Some weird transition because I noticed your daughter's in the room.
Oh, Sarah.
Okay.
That would be very strange. But I feel like if I was pregnant and having breast milk, I would probably sell it.
If you have extra, it's just going to go to waste.
Yeah, as long as the baby's full, that's fine. What are you going to do with the rest of it?
I don't care if it's someone who needs it for good or impure reason. Who cares? If it's,
I'm not gonna
if
ask
it's
them
creepy
what they're
Carl
doing
and he
with
wants my breast milk, I'm going to give it to him.
Creepy Carl.
Okay.
Creepy Carl here.
This wasn't me, but my friends have done some interesting things for some money. But one that I remembered, and it was in high school, and my friend and I, we were just sitting like at the lunch table, and there was like this creepy guy who I don't know.
Carl.
Yeah. Carl, we'll call him Carl. I don't know if he really liked my friend or what was going on, but one day he just comes up to her and slaps down $100 bill with a pair of scissors and is like, "Can I have a chunk of your hair?"
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a love thing or like I'm going to make a voodoo doll out of you type of thing, but she
Did she
did
do it? Yeah.
She did it. Yeah.
How do you lead with that? How do you not think that maybe you should go talk to a professional when you're coming with a pair of scissors on a $100 bill and lead with that?
Yeah. I don't know if she really wanted the money or if she was actually just like afraid if she didn't do it, what might
I feel
happen.
like if you lead with, I know this sounds weird, but then I think you're okay.
Oh, is that all you got to do is just say, I know it sounds weird?
Yeah.
Because at least you're acknowledging that you know it's weird.
He didn't even say that much.
No,
Yeah.
I got a feeling he doesn't think it's weird at all.
No, that's the thing.
Or he just didn't know how to talk to her because maybe he just loved her.
Yeah, but man, cutting somebody's hair off for $100 is just like, I think you could have said, hey, I got $100. Well, how about you and I go get some food or let's go on a date? And it's all this, as opposed to, I just want your hair.
Yeah, but food doesn't last forever. That person's hair does.
Yeah, he probably still has it.
Yeah, that's
on a keychain.
Yeah, that's even creepier.
Yeah, like a lucky
good
rabbit's
luck.
foot. Yeah.
No.
Here's my lucky hair.
Is there really a non-creepy way to use that person's hair, BJ?
No.
That's
The
that
trash,
really.
probably.
No,
That's it.
yeah. That's give it to some like a person that's got cancer trying to have a wig or something. That's about all you can do with that. Oh.
I don't think he did that.
No.
And did she ever do? I'm sorry. Did she ever do it again, or was it a one-shot deal?
I have no idea. I'm not in contact with her anymore, but
You should
maybe
reach
that
out to
became
her.
her thing because she did have really nice hair. So maybe, I bet other people would want it too.
I'm guessing not many people are going to.
Yeah. Again, look, I've seen people with
Just
beautiful
Carl.
hair.
Just
I'm not
Carl.
paying $100 for a piece of it. Just
You never know. People are into some weird things.
Well, I know people are. And
Clearly.
Breast
just
milk
talk-
and some
yeah,
hair.
right? She probably
yeah.
has an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah, she probably does.
Wow. That's I hope maybe it is for breast milk and hair. That's the OnlyFans page. Vicky, you got to step up your game.
I got to get on Sniffer.
Whoa.
What the hell is
What?
Sniffer?
Okay.
It's a place where you can sell like your socks and other stuff.
And it's called Sniffer?
Yeah, it's SNIFFFR.
I was hoping that would be spelled weird.
Yes, it is.
Like Sniffer.
I don't know if I can take this world anymore.
There should also be a Z at the end of it. Sniffers.
Sniffers.
I'm not here to judge, man. I'm just
For
here
life.
to make money.
I
Yeah,
definitely
there you go.
offered Vicky my sweaty clothes if she wanted to sell them.
Sarah's a
Is it-
sweater.
Is it an app or is it just a website?
Oh, actually, I haven't checked if it's an app, but I know for sure it's a site.
Yeah, she didn't take up on my having my
Not
sweaty
yet.
shirt. Not yet.
Well, at the
You
time,
realize your dad's sitting right next to you when you say these things.
He is death glaring
I
me
know.
right
I'm
now.
watching it right now. There are no words other than just pure anger coming out of those eyeballs.
Money is money, right?
You know what? Seriously, I don't want to hear from either one of you again. I mean, you're setting back the women's movement about
no,
20
we
years,
are
the
not.
both of you.
We are actually moving forward with it because we are in control and doing what we want with our own bodies. So suck it.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Sniffers for life.
Okay. I think sniff it is really what you want to say, Vicky. Not suck it, but sniff it.
Sniff it.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you go on holiday, there is no finer achievement than doing absolutely nothing. Nothing on the beach, nothing by the pool, walking kind of nowhere, and chatting about nothing. As an Expedia member, you can save up to 30% when you add a hotel to your flight. So you can have a bit more money to go out there with great ambition to do absolutely nothing. Expedia. Made to travel.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. The website Mental Floss put together a list of the most memorable moments in TV talk show history. And they didn't put them in any particular order, but we do have some highlights. And it would be hard for me to actually think of any, but then once I look at this list, it's like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, see, a lot of people are texting going with Tom Cruise jumping on the couch on Oprah.
That is on the list.
Has to be.
Yeah.
That's when we realized Tom Cruise is not as normal as we thought he might be.
No.
Everyone's a little off in life. I'm not here to judge, but he was a little too excited to share that he was in a relationship at that point.
Yeah, that's a good point. And as a matter of fact, since you bring up Oprah, don't forget the everyone gets a car moment.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
That was pretty epic. I mean, that had never been done before that I know, where she gave everybody in the audience a car. I mean, we make fun of her, but what a great promotion.
But forever led to people being disappointed if they were ever a guest, an audience member on Oprah. You're like, oh, what are we going to get? And it's like, oh, we got the new book from Dr. Phil.
Sorry about the rock.
This is not a car. Oprah, you pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough to follow, that's for sure.
Right?
Dr. Phil is on this list as well, and his moment where he said with the Cash Me Outside girl.
Oh, Bad Baby, right?
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Oh, yeah.
Bad Barbie?
Bad Bobby or
Barbie.
Bobby.
I don't know. Catch Me Outside. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That changed that girl's life.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, she
had like a music career at some point. Maybe
she
still does.
Still does.
She still has one, yeah.
I don't know how good it is, but that's subjective.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure she has fans.
Oh, tons. She's got 16.7 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah. She wins.
How about that?
She wins. That's all I have to say about that.
How many does Dr. Phil have? I don't know why, but I would find great humor if she has more followers on social media than Dr. Phil.
I feel like she must. That's a lot of followers she has.
1.2 million followers.
She's crushing him.
Yeah, she is.
Damn.
If I'm her, I'd be tagging him all the time. Like, thanks, Dr. Phil. Thanks for the rub.
You can listen to her music on SoundCloud, apparently.
Hooray.
All right. SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, my new single, Misunderstood, out now on SoundCloud.
Like everybody.
She's 18 now.
Dude, honestly, I just assumed she was like close to 20 at this point. Like I guess it wasn't that she was super young when this all started.
Yeah, she was like 13.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was only in 2016. I thought for some reason that was like 2010.
Oh, that's the same actually.
Damn. Well, good for her. Hopefully she's making money off it. I mean, you can have a lot of followers on things and still not make any money. So hopefully she's getting that done.
I bet she's making some coin. I mean, I would imagine like she does like certain little appearances of places because there's some people out there that would just love to meet the how about that girl? You know what I mean?
I hope she does like positive speaking engagements at like school
yeah.
assemblies and stuff.
Yeah, she could be like, you know how to stop bullying. You tell them to come outside. How about that?
Yeah, that's it. That's how you do it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Another one on this list was the Jay Leno show where Jimmy Kimmel roasts Jay about the Conan situation. And the Jay Leno show is not the Tonight Show. That was that 10 o'clock show, that just horrible experiment that backfired.
So that was when I'm leaving the Tonight Show. I'm handing over the reins to Conan O'Brien. I'm going to do my 10 o'clock show. That fails miserably. Conan also not doing very well in the ratings. And so they dump Conan to bring back Jay Leno, and then Jimmy Kimmel like calls him out on it on Jay Leno's show. It was super awkward.
Yeah, we've got the audio, and Jay was not ready for Jimmy calling him out for what he did to Conan.
Number 5, you're known for pranks. What's the best prank you ever pulled?
Well, when my Aunt Chippy was at work, I painted her house orange and green once, and she was not happy.
Really?
The whole outside of the house was yeah. But I think the best prank I ever pulled was I told a guy that 5 years from now, I'm going to give you my show. And then when the 5 years came, I gave it to him, and then I took it back almost instantly.
Wow.
It was hilarious.
Very good prank. Very good prank.
I think he works at Fox or something now.
Yeah, I got you. Number 7, you grew up in Las Vegas and hosted the Man Show. What's the most number of lap dances you've had in one night?
Jay, my mother's watching the show, so... Actually, no, wait a minute. The show's canceled, right? Nobody's watching the show.
Yeah,
my mother's not watching the show.
Your mom's not watching.
I'm not much of a lap dance guy. I'm more of a lap band guy myself.
Lap band guy.
But, yes, yeah, I don't like... You know, strippers I don't like in general because you have this phony relationship with them for money. Similar to that of when you and Conan were on the Tonight Show together, passing the torch.
Right, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
He's just like, okay, I'm done with this.
There had to be somebody behind the scenes like, guys, I don't think this is going to go well.
Yeah. Wow.
Or do you think they're just like, we don't care. We don't like Jay anyway. Let's just put Jimmy Kimmel on there.
Maybe.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because it was pretty bad that Jay made that promise and then decided, you know what, I'm not going to do this after all. Because he did make the promise that he would turn the show over and retire, and he just decided not to retire after all. And and that unfortunately, for whatever reason, makes him look like a really, really bad guy. And it feels like everybody hates Jay Leno, and like people coming out of the woodwork to tell you why he's not a nice guy. It's
and Jimmy's just like, I don't give an F. I'm going to say it to your face.
Yeah.
Do you think if I'm Conan O'Brien, I'm like, what does Jimmy Kimmel love? I'm going to buy him the most expensive version of that as a thank you.
Yeah, it's a brilliant move, by the way, on Jimmy's part, because if you're a Conan fan, you're going to love Jimmy getting his back. And then, hopefully, Jimmy's like, well, you know what? You get me, maybe, if you can't have Conan, if he gets canceled, whatever happens. It was a brilliant move on it. And it also, it really showed a different type of talk show. It's like Jay comes from a generation where you don't talk real. You just keep going. The show must goes on. These kind of discussions or behind the scenes never get revealed. And Jimmy's generation is like, no, you were a jerk, and we get to actually talk about that in real life now. We'll talk about it on the air. It's definitely two different styles of generational talk shows, and Jimmy's that guy.
What an adrenaline rush! I bet when he got off of that episode, I feel like Jimmy Kimmel probably thinks he could probably conquer the world at that moment. You know what I mean? Just for that second, like you're just like, I can't believe I just did that and screwed Jay Leno.
I just called him out.
Yeah. Relentlessly.
Yeah.
Like he just kept going to it, and Jay didn't know what to do.
He was like a politician because no matter what Jay asked, he just basically went with his agenda. Jimmy answered how he wanted to answer.
And Jay's like, ha ha ha, that's really cool, Jimmy.
Yeah. Jay's just like, okay, this didn't happen. This is not happening. Okay, I get you. I'm moving on. And that's just, man, that's just a great illustration of how things were done and how things are done in the world of entertainment. How about this one? This is talk about having to be real. This clip, one of the highlights of the most memorable TV talk show moments from The Late Show with David Letterman. He wanted to head off a blackmail attempt, so Dave had to admit that he had sex with staffers. This came back in 2009.
I forgot about this one until I saw this on the list of things. I'm like, that was so compelling because I was a big Letterman fan, and I remember watching this. And if you haven't seen it, if you go on YouTube, it's 10 minutes long. He just but the way he delivers this admission to thwart this blackmailer, it feels like a bit at first. Like it feels like he's like, I'm going to share a silly story about my life, and it just keeps going and going. But like Dave, in his typical Dave form, is cracking jokes. So the audience is like, they're laughing at things that if they had known it's true, they might not have laughed at. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where you're like, I don't know if he's joking. I don't know what's going on. This is very awkward. And he's just admitting that he did something pretty messed up.
Yeah, 10 minutes this went on for his show, and we've got a clip from that on-air confession.
This whole thing has been quite scary. I had to go downtown to testify before the grand jury. I had to tell them how I was disturbed by this. I was worried for myself. I was worried for my family. I felt menaced by this. And I had to tell them all of the creepy things that I have done that were going to be... Well, now, why is that funny? So the idea is if they believe, in fact, a crime has been committed, then they issue a warrant, and that's exactly what happened. And a little bit after noon today, the guy was arrested. Now, of course, we get to what was it? What was all the creepy stuff? Creepy stuff was that I have had sex with women who work for me on this show. Now, my response to that is, yes, I have. I have had sex with women who work on this show.
It was wild. They're laughing at
it. And would it be embarrassing if it were made public? Perhaps it would. Perhaps it would. Especially for the women.
Well, that's a punchline. I mean, right there and then that one was,
But dude, like it all starts with like, this guy contacted me and said he had some stuff about me, and it's like he wants $2 million. Otherwise, he's going to put out a book and a movie as well, a screenplay for this, and that's how it all starts. And everyone's just like, oh, this is a great story, and then it goes into that.
That's the problem. Is he told that story like he tells every story.
Right.
And so if you're in the audience, you're just assuming it's a bit. I think people are it's so fun. You know how they pump up those audiences? You were there, Steve.
Yes, they brainwash you.
Yeah, they really tell you, make sure you participate and laugh your ass off at everything, And so I think that's a big part of why they're like, wow, we're supposed to laugh, I think, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't think there was like, hey, there's going to be a part during this show that he's going to share a really awkward story. Don't laugh at that. Like, yeah, because I've been on Letterman's show, I've been in the audience a couple of times, and both times you walk through about an hour's worth of interns and producers getting in your ear about how important it is to laugh. Like while you're waiting in line and you're being ushered through and put to your seats, the entire time from the moment that you're in line outside of the Ed Sullivan Theater until the moment that you're sitting down and the show starts, they at some point are in your ear telling you it's important to laugh. Dave thrives on laughter. So here you have this entire audience probably being told Dave thrives on laughter, and he's telling this story about being extorted for $2 million because he was banging coworkers.
Yeah, and
this is hilarious.
Wow.
Dave.
Yeah, why is that funny? Well, because your people told me to laugh like hell at everything you say, Dave. That's why it's funny. It's really not funny.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But how about like he went on TV and stopped a blackmail by sharing that story? Like that's a pretty crazy thing to do when you think about it. Like nowadays, everyone tries to deny. He's like, I'm going to just go on my show and admit to it.
Yeah, you're right. Especially back then, because people denied even more so back then.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, 2009, the climate of things today. Boy, I wonder how we would have handled it today, because today I think would have been received completely differently with the hashtag Me Too movement. And, you got to wonder, like, okay, Dave, were you Matt Lauer creepy, or because he called it creepy. I don't know if it's creepy. It's definitely, it's philanderous, no doubt about it, and it is definitely adulterous. I don't know if it's creepy. To me, creepy would be he was spying on women, or he had a secret button that locked a door, like a certain news guy.
Right, or he walked up to a female coworker and was like, you want to know what the top 10 things underneath this shirt are?
Exactly.
All of a sudden, like, if he's doing, like, weird things like that. I have no idea, like, of all the details. I'm sure at some point they came out. It's just been so long, I don't remember them.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing that, that anything was non-consensual, or that he was really horrible to work with based on a hostile work environment. I didn't hear any of that. It just seems that he had adulterous affairs is what I remember, which definitely sucks for, everybody involved in his marriage and his family. The other thing I want to bring up is, again, going back to Jay Leno, I didn't know this, and it concerns Letterman, because Letterman was supposed to get the Tonight Show after. That's what everybody thought. They thought that when Carson retires, even Carson said, you know what, I want Letterman to have the job.
Yep. He was supposed to be the guy that picked up and handed the torch over to David Letterman.
Now, call Leno a genius or not for this. This is, people hate him for this, but, I think from a negotiation standpoint, it's hard not to at least go, pretty amazing move, because Jay was one of the fill-in hosts, him and Joan Rivers, whenever Johnny was off,
right.
and he did really well. And NBC was like, "There's no way we don't want you to be able to be our fill-in." And apparently, when a contract came up to have him be a fill-in, Jay said, "I'm not going to do it anymore unless you give me the Tonight Show when Johnny's done." And they made that deal with him, and apparently Johnny didn't know, Letterman didn't know, nobody knew, so that when Johnny left and said, okay, it's going to be great, Dave's going to be the guy, NBC's like, no, we've got this deal with Leno that we made years ago. And now if you believe everybody involved, Carson and Letterman had no idea. Mm-hmm. And people hate Jay for this, but man, is that shrewd negotiating, because he made it from a position of power when he was just a fill-in guy. And he definitely wanted to host the Tonight Show. He proved he could host the Tonight Show because he was always very popular as a fill-in. So I know people hate Jay for that, but they definitely bring that up whenever they talk about the Conan situation as well.
And also, Jay was the guy who was blackmailing David Letterman, apparently.
Oh, was he the guy blackmailing? So. Oh, well, then no wonder people hate the guy.
And to go back to Bad Baby, to give a bow on this whole...
Here we go. Put a bow on all of this whole thing.
Apparently, she makes her money... Vicky, you'll appreciate this. She has an OnlyFans. I guess once she turned, according to the texters, once she turned 18, she started an OnlyFans page and started making millions of dollars from that.
There you go. And do we know what she does on that page? Does she do things that Vicky won't do? Because that's millions of dollars right there. Yeah,
I'm sure she just posts pictures of her talking to Dr. Phil. That's
about it. Yeah, that
wouldn't
get
that
you
be
millions.
amazing?
Right.
Yeah. You spend $20 a month and then you just get a therapy session.
How about I just turned 18, OnlyFans, millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, then? Congratulations to her. You know what? If she can parlay her fame into cash, good for her.
I think when I turned 18, I got a video game. I was pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's the same. You're both a huge successes.
I got Double Dragon for the Sega Genesis. That was pretty exciting.
Look at you!
It didn't make me a millionaire, but I really appreciated that when I turned 18.
You were living the dream, though, weren't you?
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
When you go on holiday, there is no finer achievement than doing absolutely nothing. Nothing on the beach, nothing by the pool, walking kind of nowhere, and chatting about nothing. As an Expedia member, you can save up to 30% when you add a hotel to your flight. So you can have a bit more money to go out there with great ambition to do absolutely nothing. Expedia, made to travel.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A psychologist in Canada talked to hundreds of men with dating profiles and asked them if they were looking for something serious or just a fling.
Do you think the people that they reached out to were thinking that psychologist wanted to have a fling with them? You know,
I would have.
Right. What are you into? Serious stuff or flings? What are you into, psychologist?
Glad you asked that question there, sexy psychologist. Well, the psychologists were doing it for a reason because they thought, okay, I'm going to get their answers, then I'm going to check their profile pics to see if there is a pattern of pic posting that matches what their desires are when they're on these sites. And it turns out she was onto something. 80% of the men who were looking for something serious had at least one picture of a dog.
Yeah, that's not you, BJ.
No, compared to just 50% of guys looking for a fling.
I don't know, though. I feel like a lot of guys use the dog picture, too, as a sense of, like, ladies love it. And if you have a dog, go for a dog walk. You know, it's almost like an icebreaker, but you're still hoping for a hookup.
Dude, I've heard so many girls tell me that, like, if you want to get with a girl, you just got to put a dog in your picture because they will always swipe right.
It's the same even with, like, you know, the Seattle Kraken social media. When we posted a picture of my dog, they commented on it. But if any other picture, they don't even connect with us.
There's something
about dogs, man.
I know what it is. It makes sense. I mean, a dog is a relatively high maintenance animal. Like a cat, you can almost set up and just like set them and forget them.
I think you're going to say a high maintenance aphrodisiac.
Well, you're still not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong because look, and this is, what does this say about heterosexual women? I don't know. But it sort of subliminally tells them that if you have a dog, that means you are a responsible person, meaning that you're responsible for something else to make sure that it stays healthy, to make sure that it's, and I think that's what a long-term relationship person is looking for. And I think that men are the ones that have the reputation of maybe being more irresponsible than women, I think, when it comes to just life. So maybe that's why. Maybe women go, all right, he's got a dog. You know, he's got his act together a little bit.
He's responsible. He's got to take care of. That's why when I was single, man, I posted profile pictures of me with my Tamagotchi thing, and I was getting ladies hitting me up all the time.
It's not dead, everybody.
Your Tamagotchi.
That too.
Well, we're going back.
I like those Tamagotchis.
Yeah.
You remember those things?
Yeah.
No, we do. Well, we're not sure you do, but
maybe I don't pronounce it right, but I know what it is.
Hey, you got a Tamagotchi.
Check me out. I'm keeping this Tamagotchi alive.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Now it's
Pardon
getting
me.
worse.
That sounds like an Urban Dictionary.
Sounds like a
thing,
Two Live Crew song.
I had the off-brand. I had the off-brand one. It was the Nano Pet.
Same.
Yeah.
The Nano Pet.
Yeah.
They're like the GoBots of the world.
No gold diggers are going to hit you up. Then.
No.
So at least it's like, I mean, I don't know how accurate this is.
This broke
but
ass, he's thinking he's going to get my number.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's right. So, yeah, dog photos do make you look like you want to be in a serious relationship. I think, it works both ways. I think if you are someone looking for a serious relationship and you're a heterosexual dude, and I don't know, maybe even if you're a homosexual dude or if non-binary, whatever, maybe the dog is good for anybody who's wanting a long-term partner. Maybe that's it. It just shows
shows responsibility.
Yeah. So I think anybody looking for a partner probably wants to know that you have your act together. Like, I don't want to have to be your caregiver too. I mean,
so I'm now trying to think of like the flip side. What is the profile picture that would make it look like you just want to party and get some action?
I've got a list. So thank you for bringing this up. There's a list here of what she found of all of the people that were. Yeah. So
shirtless, holding a red Solo cup.
Dude. Yeah.
That to me sounds like you want to party.
And sunglasses.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Shirtless pictures are big.
And if it's a female, I guess it would just be the same thing, but with like a bikini top or something.
Yeah.
And a red Solo cup. Or no, even better, a beer bong.
Yeah, if there's
and
a beer
mouth
bong
wrapped around it.
We know.
Right.
Wow.
I was just going to say a big bottle of vodka just pouring directly into the mouth.
With her mouth wrapped around.
Yeah, something with stuff being poured into her mouth. I think that's what we're trying to come to.
Wow. This.
Yeah, like milk.
This, boy.
Yes.
Just, wait. Do we really make the male gender look good? What do you want for a profile picture? Just a person with a dog? What do you guys want? I want her mouth on something.
No, I'm saying if it's someone that's want a party, obviously if it's someone you're looking for just like a relationship with, maybe she's like in a picture like petting her cat or something like that.
Jeez.
No?
Yeah, but remember what we said, Steve? Danny said it. If you want to attract a woman, even if it's for a fling, have a dog. But if you want to attract a guy, put your mouth on something. That is the takeaway from this. I mean, that is the takeaway,
like a push pop or a popsicle. Or a
hot dog. Exactly, yeah.
Push pops are great.
Cracking dog.
I feel good about my gender. I really do.
Man.
Woo, men, stand up and be proud. Shirtless is number one. Let's talk about locales. What locale, like what's in your background? Where are you that will make you a guy that's up for partying?
On a boat.
Yes.
Great
go,
pick.
Danny.
Wow, yeah.
Good answer.
I was going to say outhouse.
Yeah.
Outside the Acropolis.
Outside the Acropolis. The Acropolis probably gets more mentions in Seattle only on our show.
They should just open one up here for all the
really
love we
should.
give them.
This one here is one that I mean, I guess it speaks to a certain community, but men on motorcycles also show that they just want to have a fling.
Oh, yeah.
So if you take a picture of you on your motorcycle.
You want to jump on the back of my hog.
Yeah, I thought about
phrasing
that.
today.
Yeah.
Phrasing is all over the road, Rev. You're right.
Well, like
So
riding
there
a
you go.
horse.
Riding a horse. Like Old Spice guy?
Oh, like a chick on a horse.
Because there's some girls who really love dudes on horses. Like, it's a thing, I guess. It's not my thing, but I hear some girls are like all for it. I don't know if it's the Fabio thing or what.
Totally the Fabio thing.
Just like a hot shirtless guy with his hair just blowing in the wind.
Cowboys.
Can you see the talk that Steve is going to have with Tatum someday? Dad, I want to make a profile picture. All right, well, we got to get you on a horse, and here you got to have this bottle, and you'll be attracted. I mean, this is
that's
we're
not
saying-
the advice I'm going to be giving.
What are you going to tell her
I'm
to wear?
saying these are the pictures of like that you think, okay, this person wants to party.
Yeah.
Like if all of a sudden, like you saw someone's profile picture was a chick on top of like a riding bull at a bar, like one of those things.
Oh yeah, she likes to party.
When you think like, oh, this girl likes to like just do crazy stuff and wants to party.
Totally, absolutely, 100%.
I know, and yet
And
it's,
by
I don't
party
know-
is a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
I'm not sure though those are the pictures they're putting up. That I'm not sure it's the party that they think that I want. You know what I mean? Whatever their version of a party is might not be my version of a party. Even though you're right, Steve. But my brain tells me if that's how they look, they want a party. So yeah, but sometimes you see those girls and then you realize, wow, they are not as crazy as wild as wow. They're not even into. Okay, never mind. So
So yeah,
but-
are you gonna click on someone who's just like they're sitting reading a book?
Yeah, that actually I would.
If it's a dude and it's black and white, maybe a coffee near him, I
Like
can
a
see
cob,
that.
like a, what are those like
Corn cob
pipes? Yeah.
I totally click right on him.
So you want to date Frosty the Snowman that likes to read?
A
Basically.
little bit, yeah. I like to read.
Does he have abs?
You can
Is he
date him.
shirtless?
Yeah, in the winter, yes.
Well, there you go. I think we've got your perfect date.
Someone said, "Hey, I'm hoping Vicky will back me on this. I will never swipe right on a guy with photos of him holding a fish that he caught."
It's
Why
just,
not?
It's just so overdone. Like I
That
feel
shows
like
he wants to provide.
Yeah.
it looks like you went on a boat or got near the water and held a fish. I don't know if you caught that fish. I feel like
Wow, you don't know if he caught that fish, so you're thinking he's catfishing you with a real fish?
I feel like that is the thing. It's like there's just some
Is that
pictures
your
of
fish. Did you catch that?
I don't think you caught it, man. I think you just
Wow.
grabbed it from
I'm
the
gonna do
supermarket
that.
and just.
I'm just going to start sending you to our group message. I'm going to start sending pictures of me holding fish.
The Photoshop pictures of you holding a fish. Yeah, not even like you're really there.
I mean,
So if
some
you
guys
knew
will
that
get dogs that aren't theirs and take pictures with the dogs
Wow.
or babies for their pictures.
Are you so, Vicky? How do you trust anything, or do you just
I
not
trust
trust
nobody.
anything? Oh, that's the. Oh, congratulations on your dating dating hunt there.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. How would you? I mean, do you have to have you have to have a certificate of authenticity
Yes.
for the dog, for the fish?
There needs to be video footage. I need to see
Yeah.
the birth certificate of the dog. All
And
that
don't
good
have
stuff.
gadgets that are cuter than you, because Vicky will just want the gadget, and she will. All right, we're learning a lot this morning.
What if the guy just was like a picture of him and he's just holding like a giant stack of money? I wonder how that would go over.
Oh my god!
I think there are people that would respond. I mean, really,
Oh,
if
yeah,
if you're holding a dog, a fish, and money, you've got it all covered. You go, all right. The guy will go out and get food. The guy can make some money. Oh, and he has a dog. All right,
He's,
you know what?
he's
You're my
caring, nurturing, and rich.
Yes.
What does it mean when a guy? There's a lot of dudes that do this. They take a picture of them with a toothbrush in their mouth, whether they are shirtless or not. What? I don't know what that
breath
means.
is clean.
Well, it's because he's hygiene. He's showing that he can take care. You know how many dudes don't brush their teeth?
I don't understand that. That seems like a weird trend.
I feel like, I don't know where it started, but it has to have started with just to show that you can do hygiene, right?
Or you want to say, I like things in my mouth.
Oh.
I mean, it makes sense when girls do
vibrate.
it, but
Yeah, I mean, that is weird. He's just sort of like, just me hanging out during my day, cleaning myself.
brushing my teeth.
Is he showing that I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you got me on this one. I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm just so happy I don't have to do this anymore. I really am so happy. I don't know what I would do if I were single and had
Hold
to
a
figure this
fish
out.
while reading
Oh,
a book, BJ.
Yeah. And
Hold
holding
the fish
the
while
money.
reading. I will tell you this, though. Allison Hannigan, ever since American Pie, has really made me think, look for the geeky girls. I don't know if it's true, but she was the wildest one of that whole bunch in the movie, but it was unsuspecting. Is that just a TV show?
So you're just going to swipe on anyone who holds a flute in their hand?
I hope it's in their hand.
Well, any
What if it's
geeky
pressed up
chick,
against their lips?
Yeah, I just like any geeky chick. I was like, I bet she's gonna like the librarian. You're like they're the wilder ones more than the ones that are overtly looking like they're wild.
I think it's funny though when the people have like the profile pic and it's them and someone else of the same gender. So it's like them, like it's like let's just say Danny had a profile picture. And it was like me and Danny. Then you have to like play the game of now I have to like surf through their pictures to figure out.
That?
Oh, there's plenty of people.
Why do people do that? Why
it's
do
like
they do
there's
that?
a picture of me and my friend, and whatever.
Yeah, it's dumb. I think that's the dumbest thing for your profile pic.
If you're doing it for dating purposes, super dumb.
Yeah. And even for your own profile pic. I mean, in your regular pics, sure, go ahead. But yeah, that confuses me. Like, someone will go, hey, I'll see you at the whatever, a listener go, I can't wait to meet you. Then you look at their picture and it's them and some other dude. And I'm like, all right, now who am I looking for?
Some people are courteous, though, and they will blur out their friends' pictures.
Well, that seems weird also.
Because, if you don't have your friend's permission to post pictures all over, you don't want anything weird like that.
Is it better than that or having like a weird, awkward half crop of a person?
Yeah, it's funny.
I would think you just take like an emoji and put it over the faces of those people.
Some do that
smart.
Too.
Yeah.
Is that the best you can do? I mean, with technology today, the best you can do is you can only have a picture with a blurred out or emoji face person next to you.
That seems like a massive red flag that the only good picture you have is of this. Like you don't have no other good pictures?
Well, if that's like the only one they have or all their pictures are like that, yes, I agree. That's a red flag. But if it's one, hanging out at a party, they're dressed nice.
I don't mind
if it's a profile
pic.
Yeah,
I mean, their camera roll is one thing, but their profile pic?
I wonder how many people happens. Like if someone hits you up and you find out it's the wrong person, you're like, what about that person you're in the picture with? Are they single? I wonder if that happens.
I thought it.
Yeah. Can you introduce me to your friend, stranger person?
Yeah. You know what's awkward? It's when you're on a dating site. I'm not saying me, but me. And I'm scrolling through guys, and then I see a picture of you with them, or like BJ with them.
Does your heart sink for a second thinking that we're on these dating sites?
No, I'm just like, oh, crap.
Okay, because that'd be funny. Like,
no.
What the hell's Danny doing on this dating site?
But it's happened where I'm like, there's Steve's face. Yep, yeah, I'm gonna no.
I've had that happen where someone's reached out to me like, hey, tell me about your friend. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like this picture, they send me a picture. I'm like, I don't even know who that. I have no idea who that person is.
Not even gonna be a good wingman there.
No, you got to be the good. Yeah. He's awesome.
What if he's not? What if he's a serial killer and I just vouched for him?
Well, you're friends with BJ. I mean, pretty much the same thing.
And I wouldn't vouch for BJ.
Have you noticed?
Like, who is this person? I'm like, I don't know who he is.
He never vouches for me. And I'm right there next to him, whatever. He's just like, yeah, I don't know this guy, but I would watch him. I'd watch out for him.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. If I call Travis, will I actually see him or someone who works for him?
Absolutely. When you come in to see my office, when you first call in, my staff will try to help you with any basic questions that you have. I can give you a call back, but they'll usually try to schedule you for a free consultation with me, the attorney, and I'll meet with you personally. We'll talk about the basics of your case, and I'll take you through a question and answer session that usually an interview that usually lasts about 30 minutes. We'll get the basics of your financial situation. I can answer your questions, and we can talk about whether bankruptcy makes sense, your non-bankruptcy options, and how bankruptcy could affect you, what the process is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Y'all feeling lucky? Luke Combs here, and I have an exclusive opportunity for you to win $500,000 by joining me in the Living Lucky with Luke Combs lottery experience. When it rains, it pours for lucky fans and lottery players who enter to win a chance of a lifetime. Join me in Nashville for a private concert at the iconic Ryman Auditorium in 2024. One lucky winner will have the chance to walk away with $500,000 at the end of the show.
From the Virginia Lottery. Learn more at valottery.com/livinlucky.
Hey moms, you can earn up to $85,000 as a surrogate with Sensible Surrogacy. Being a sensible surrogate is an amazing act. You care for a developing baby whose genetic parents can't carry it themselves. Surrogates transform so many lives. The baby that you care for, the family that you help create, plus your own family will benefit from up to $85,000 in cash and benefits. Be a sensible surrogate. Learn more at sensiblesurrogates.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, and it's Thursday, so let's get cracking.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah, get cracking, release the Kraken.
Wear your Kraken gear.
Absolutely. Be part of the Squid Squad.
The Squid Squad.
Let's get to our contestant today. We got Ken in Puyallup. Ken, are you there?
Yes.
Excellent.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning, Ken.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Ken will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Ken, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's roll.
Cassidy Pope was the season 3 winner of what singing competition show?
American Idol.
No.
Pass.
What is the official language in Brazil?
English.
Spanish. No.
Portuguese.
Yes, the late Joe DiMaggio was married to what blonde actress for a year?
Marilyn Monroe.
Yes. How many points are awarded in the NFL for a safety?
2.
Yes. What role did Adam Driver play in the Star Wars franchise?
I pass.
What does the B...
Oh, yeah, Chewbacca.
No. What does the B stand for in the network NBC?
Broadcasting.
Yes. In what decade was McDonald's Big Mac first introduced?
60s.
Yes. How many cups are in a pint?
2.
Yes. What TV show did Family Matters spin off from?
Pass.
Who played the role of Ruby Rhod in the 97 movie The Fifth Element?
Chris Tucker.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
movie,
6, 7, correct. And yes, I agree with you. I should give you another point for that one, but we got to maintain that integrity of that game. So you got 7 correct there.
I bought a Floss in Paradise shirt, and it looks just like a goofy beach shirt you'd get in Beach Town.
Yeah,
but I always get like good nods from people when they go, "Wait a second, that's Floss in Paradise," and people like give me a good nod. I had that happen at the beach recently.
Really?
I was just walking the beach, looking like, and that dude looked over and he just kept looking at my shirt because it's a light powder blue shirt with a ship on there, and it's got this old sort of like the font is like from the 80s. It looks like a Love Boaty kind of thing, and then they go, "Wait a minute, that's Floss in Paradise."
Oh, I thought you were wearing your boner donor shirt.
I don't even know what that is.
We talked about it before. The shirt that says boner donor, but it looks like an organ donor shirt.
Yeah.
I don't have a shirt like that.
Oh my God. I know that. It was just a joke.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Over someone's head. Hey, Steve, are you ready to play the game?
Release the Kraken.
Cassidy Pope was the season 3 winner of what singing
American
competition show? No.
Oh, The Voice.
Yes. Oh. What is the official language in Brazil?
Spanish.
No.
English.
No.
Portuguese.
Yes. The late Joe DiMaggio was married to what blonde actress for a year?
Marilyn Monroe.
Yes. How many points are awarded in the NFL for a safety?
Oh, Seahawks know this, and so does Peyton Manning. 2 points.
Yes. What role did Adam Driver play in the Star Wars franchise?
Sad boy. Kylo Ren.
Yes. What does the B stand for in the network NBC?
Yeah.
No.
Broadcasting.
Yes. In which decade was the McDonald's Big Mac first introduced?
50s.
No.
60s.
Yes. How many cups are in a pint?
6?
No.
8?
No.
4?
No. What TV show did Family Matters spin off from?
Cleveland Show?
No.
Futurama?
No.
Simpsons?
No. Who played the role of Ruby Rhod in the 97 movie The Fifth Element?
That would be Bruce Willis.
No. And Steve started good.
I did.
Ended bad.
Yeah.
And it's a tie.
Damn.
7-7.
You'll have that happen once in a while.
Yeah.
Good job, Ken. Oh, and Ken is gone.
Yep.
All right, well.
Good talk. Well, you started so well, you probably just gave up. And, we got the tie there. He did know that there are 2 cups in a pint.
Damn it, I should have guessed that.
You should have, but you didn't. And now I said Family Matters. I didn't say Family Guy.
Oh,
Family Matters was
that's the
Steve Urkel.
Yeah, it's the Urkel Show.
Is that the Cosby Show?
No. It is one that you might not get because it was in the same lineup as them, so it was in the TGIF lineup. And
Step by Step.
No.
Damn it.
Does Danny know?
Perfect Strangers.
Yes.
Perfect Strangers?
Yeah, Carl was in the cop.
Yeah, Carl was a cop, and then Harriet was, I think, like The Office.
Perfect Strangers with Balky?
Yes.
Wow.
From the Planet Meatballs?
Yeah, from the Island Meepos.
I didn't even make that connection. Wow.
Yeah. Harriet and Carl were both minor characters, and they wanted to spin off from that because they're both in Chicago. Like Perfect Strangers is set in Chicago as well as Family Matters.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of Family Guy. I was thinking of Family Ties.
Everyone was thinking
I was
of the
like,
wrong
what the
one.
heck did Alice Keaton spin off from?
Oh
And
my
so I was
gosh.
completely wrong about this.
We all missed the wrong show.
Yeah, that's amazing. Ken also knew that Ruby Rhod was played by Chris Tucker. Super Green.
That would have been my next guess. Yeah.
Coming down, coming down.
Congratulations.
Very annoying character.
Congratulations on your tie.
Well, Steve, we got this new study, and I know you love studies.
I do. I live for them.
Turns out the average person loses 11 cherished memories per year due to accidentally deleted or misplaced digital videos and photos.
Oh, I could kind of see. So it's like they don't forget what happened; they just lose the keepsake.
That confused me too because I am forgetting a lot of things in my life, so I wasn't sure if what. But I have to tell you, man, sometimes the picture is all I have. Like I'll look at some pictures now and go, I really don't remember that, which is really bad. As the years go by, you go, I don't remember doing whatever I am doing in that picture.
Dude, it was just, remember we talked recently how my buddy found an old postcard that I sent him when I first moved out here. And when he sent me the picture of the postcard, it had my old address, which I forgot. Obviously I've lived in a few places since I moved to Washington back in 97. And I looked it up on, I think it was like Redfin and or Zillow, one of those. And, you could see like a picture of it. And it just triggered all these memories I forgot about. Just the picture of the outside of the house.
So, losing these videos and photos, it makes sense how it would piss off people. Most common reaction to losing a fond memory was swearing. The trouble, of course.
Fudge!
Yeah. But really, I don't have I haven't taken a picture, like a hard copy picture, in I don't know how long. Everything is on Facebook or in the cloud. And these things aren't going to last forever. That's the thing is that there's no guarantee that Apple's going to have my pictures forever.
Dude, I think about that a lot. Like where I'm just like, okay, I want to put it all on like a hard drive or something like that. Well, one day, what if those are obsolete? And I'm like, oh, what if I'll make it a point to make a folder and save everything onto my Dropbox? I'm like, well, there's no guaranteed Dropbox, but it's no different from videos. Like I save many of my videos on like a YouTube page. I just have like a page where I just keep like all my old wrestling stuff and music. And I'm like, well, this is cool and all until YouTube doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, did you have any pictures on your MySpace page? Did you have a lot of?
Yes.
When was the last time you accessed those, or are they even accessible?
They're not. I've tried to access it, and some of the pictures are there, but not all of them. And it's just, I just sadly have to chalk it up to a loss. I really got to get better at what my wife and I are trying to do now is just make those picture books. Because those will last.
Yeah, the picture books are the way to go. I think you're right.
You have a digital file, but then also like the pictures that you do absolutely want to keep, you have a picture book for it, especially with Tatum. That way when she gets older, it'd be fun for her to be able to, like, when I got older, I always had a blast going to see my parents and find the old photo albums and just sit with Sid and be like, hey, check this out, check this out. I think that would be fun for her to have one day.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. If we think that Apple and Facebook are going to be around forever, but we don't know. We don't know if something else is going to come along and basically MySpace, Facebook out of existence.
Right. How screwed would you be if like Facebook just shut down today? I'd be happy, but like for different reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'd be totally screwed.
All of so many pictures and memories I don't have backed up anywhere else are on my Facebook page.
My entire career, because I've done so much for this show on Facebook over, since 2008. And I'm like, man, I only see him pop up in memories and go, damn, I forgot about that. Wow, I probably should save that picture, but I didn't.
Do you find yourself clicking on the memories tab more? I feel like I've been doing it more recently.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's because of just not being able to do fun stuff this past year.
Sure.
That I kind of want to just reminisce. But I find myself almost every day checking to see what I did 10 years ago today. And it's kind of fun.
And see, I even go one above you. I have the app Time Hop, which also does Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and you can even link it to your camera roll. So it'll bring all of your memories up for whatever you're doing.
Wow.
Because sometimes you post on one and not the other.
I see people use that. So that's what's this Time Hop thing? So it's an app?
Yeah, it's just an app, and it shows you your memories.
I think it came before Facebook started doing your memories.
Yeah.
And so then they jumped on that. But
I need to download that.
I found myself looking at them more, but mostly to delete all the dumb stuff I said. Not that I said anything inappropriate. I'm just like, ew.
Oh, dude,
cringe.
every day, for 12 years ago on this date, whatever day I'm on, I'm bitching about the New Jersey Devils. Yeah. Or celebrating New Jersey. I'm like, man, I was really worked up over the Devils about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. This is your opportunity. But remember, you could squander it if you don't follow Steve's rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ. That's to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we'll have to hit the gong and then say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone said, my wife and I were just talking about this, and I'm curious what you guys would have to say. Is there anything that you still use cash for?
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, besides
in Portland.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you want to show appreciation to people who have good dance moves.
Yeah.
Right, and I like to tip my waitresses
Buskers.
extra for the steak bites.
Right.
Yeah, there's actually a list out there of what the top things are that people are using cash for, because we're still using it, because a lot of times, man, ever since Apple Pay came along, I think that's fantastic, because it scrambles up your credit card number. So even if somebody tries to steal whatever information is being given from your Apple Pay, it doesn't give them your credit card because it's got its own number.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. I just use my card for everything.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, I always see Apple Pay as an option. I'm like, I don't feel like getting my phone out of my pocket. But then I realize I'm on my phone while I'm saying that, like touching it, texting.
Yeah.
And I have to actually get in my pocket to get my wallet. So I'm an idiot.
Oh, it's so easy. Apple Pay's that. I get so mad at places that don't have it. Because you just double click and it looks at your face and boom, there you are.
Boom.
Boom.
Oh.
Yeah, I use my card for everything too. The only time that I use cash is for tips usually.
Yeah, it's number one on this list, and that's me too.
And I'll tell you why, because I can't do math. So it's easier for me to just leave like a $10 or $20 bill as opposed to trying to figure out what the change is on a receipt.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, well, I just type in $10 or $20, but then you have to do the math.
Yeah.
If it's which really isn't that hard.
I know it's not that hard. I don't like doing it.
As a terrible mathematician, I'm telling you, it's not that difficult.
Yeah, all you do is just divide the bill by 10 and then double that number, and that's your tip for 20%.
I
that's
failed
it.
division, BJ. So
you even lost me, BJ. I was just saying, just round it up to $10.
Yeah, right. Probably.
All right. Well, I mean,
feel like $10 too cheap.
Look,
round it up to 15.
Yeah, as long as you're tipping everybody nicely, I'm not going to argue with how you get there.
Fair enough.
I over tip because I don't want to do math.
Oh,
it's like here's $20. I know that's more than 20%. But there you go.
But sir, your coffee was $5.
Still, the math is difficult for me.
Yeah. And do you guys, do you tip your delivery drivers? Anybody that does the DoorDashy kind of stuff? Do you do that when you make the order and go, here's my card and give them a tip right off the bat?
Just on the app, yeah. If it throws it on that, usually for delivery drivers for that sort of thing, I'll tip 25%.
What a nice guy.
I don't do DoorDash or any of those things, but like with Jimmy John's, I would always just enter the tip in when I do the online purchase with my card. I'll always just tip that way.
I feel like when you give them the money, though, it's like they got it. You know what I mean? It's like
they're like, screw this guy, I already got his $8.
Well, see, that's why I do 25% because it's a little bit more than the normal 20%, and hopefully they won't screw with my meal.
Yeah, but what I mean by they already got it is like when I put that $20 or whatever in that dude's hands who's delivered my food, then you know what? There's that money. They don't have to wait for the system to process it so it gets into their pocket. That's why I like cash.
Okay. I thought of something for cash, and I think Vicky and Steve will agree with me. Tattoos.
Actually, someone just texted that saying, I'm surprised you didn't bring up tattoos. They're almost always 100% cash. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Well,
I didn't realize
pot
that.
shops too. I mean, if you go into that, I don't really go. I've gone in to get CBD for my dog, and I know it's so random, but like you got to swing by and get some money out before you do that because they don't take a card.
By the way, I always wanted to thank you so much for getting CBD for Randy Jackson. You're really
well, you know.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. Good night, everybody.
And I mean,
sometimes his fingers hurt from basing all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So
playing the bass.
As far as tattoo shops go, at least a lot of the ones I've been to, they do accept card, but they'll usually give you a discount because they don't have to give you like the certain fees and stuff for the credit cards. So you do save a few bucks that way. But that's how I have like a little piggy bank, and that's my tattoo money. I'll just start whenever I have cash, which is very rarely. I'll just put cash in there,
let it grow,
and let it grow. So that way I don't feel bad when I drop a couple $100 on a tattoo.
Yeah, it's like free money.
Yes, it's like finding money in your pocket.
How about fast food? Anybody paying cash for that? I still do.
I'm looking at Steve.
Hey, well, guys, I have a credit card that isn't hooked up to anything other than myself. Wait a second, what am I doing here? You guys, I'm on the radio. Yeah,
hey guys, we are on the radio. How about that?
Yeah.
Which you never have cash, right?
But I used to keep
it.
cash in my glove compartment for like when I was like feeling like it was always like just ran like $2 here, $2 there. I'm like, I could get myself a Frosty. And I would swing on cash transaction. No receipt, please.
People don't really keep a lot of cash on them anymore. Like the average person's got like $52 according to this article.
Usually I would get like a $20 bill, but most of the time that goes to like a lotto machine because I'll toss a 20 in that if the jackpot's pretty good.
Yeah,
because they only take cash.
I wonder
wow.
Is that because they know that we can't control ourselves and I would just use a card to buy?
I kind of think so,
like,
yeah.
I never understood that, and I'm sure that there's information out there, and I've been too lazy to even find out. But like, I always thought that was odd that if I want to get a lotto ticket, I have to use cash. I can't just swipe my card.
Because people would buy up a ton of stuff and not pay it.
But there's an ATM like 10 feet away from that damn lotto machine, so I could still take out money.
Yeah, that's the difference, though. The difference is they got the money that you're paying for the ticket for. They don't want to have to, try to run and get. That's the only thing I can think of is the government doesn't want to get involved with everybody defaulting.
I just looked it up, and according to the Washington State Lottery, they say there are no lottery prohibitions on purchasing lotto tickets by credit card. The decision lies at the retailer level, so maybe they don't want to do the processing.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
You probably get taxed a certain way or something, or you have to pay a certain fee, which makes a lot of sense.
Ooh, somebody brought up a good one. How about using cash for gas because I don't want to pay the extra 10 cents a gallon? There are some places that I see that.
Yeah.
Pure laziness keeps me paying that extra 10 cents a gallon.
It's number 5 on the list.
Just go to the next place.
Plus, I'm so stupid and lazy. I don't even want to go into like the store if I'm not planning on going into the store to pay. Like sometimes I'll get to the gas tank and it'll just say, "See cashier." And that to me says, get in my car and go to another gas tank.
Yeah, see next gas station.
And I'll just pull up to the next tank in that same gas station.
Oh, funny.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. I don't want to go in there. I mean, the only reason I don't want to go in there is because they always have zingers, and I'm trying to avoid them.
And also, I just don't want to I don't know exactly how much I'm going to need to pay. Like, I mean, it might be $20, it might be $25. I don't want to I want to fill up my damn tank.
You're right. You're absolutely right. The idea that you may not be able to fill up your tank with whatever you guess is a bummer. And then if you guess wrong, you got to go back and either you got to go in again, either to get your money or to give them more money.
Am I the only one that frequents garage sales or Facebook Marketplace for items?
Gas?
No, for items. Because that's what I need cash for most of the time.
Items.
Like Facebook furniture, or I see something really cool. I'm like, I want that. And it's much cheaper than the store, but I need to pay cash because some people, especially older people, don't have Venmo or any of those.
Yeah, I'll just go with Venmo. If they're too old for that, and I don't need your stuff.
Wow, look at that. Just like that, you're done.
Yep.
Way to old shame them.
Well, here I am.
Wow.
Here I am.
And it's the easiest transaction. It's just like, here's some pieces of paper. Thank you. And even that, we're like,
but then I got to go to the ATM and get out cash, and I got to go over there and make sure I got the right bills. Like, I literally paid someone $10 more because they asked $30 to remove a carpet from when I just got my carpet done. He's like, $30. I was like, here's 40. And he's like, no, 30. I was like, here's 40 because I don't have a 10.
Well, maybe he did.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Wow.
I literally just gave him $40.
Wow.
It's like, oh.
And smart of him not to say that and not to volunteer that information.
I didn't think about that. That's how long it's been since you've made a cash transaction that you've forgotten how to do it.
I didn't even think that he would have change at all.
Wow.
Wow.
Man. Wow. That's fantastic.
He made out.
I would like you to pay me for things now.
Yeah, I'm done with that now.
All right.
This text says that I might be old school, but I don't feel right if I don't have a couple $100 of cash on me at all times. I don't even know how much money I cash.
$0. That's how much I have.
I like to keep at least $100 on me, but I also have that $20 emergency bill stuck in my wallet just in case I run out of cash and don't know.
Check out $85, baby.
Ooh, you're above average, buddy.
Balling.
You're above average.
I only got 70.
Oh, you're still above average.
Beats me.
Well, this is just because from wrestling, doing T-shirt sales, like when after you at the merch table, most people still want to pay cash.
Oh.
But some people, I have a Square reader, which is so weird for me, like to do like that whole thing.
Oh wow! I didn't realize you're a Square reader guy. That makes sense, though.
I'm a businessman.
You're a businessman.
You're a business
man.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
And I don't. Well, for a while, like I'd be like, hey, people always come up with their card, and you're just like, I only take cash, and I realize I'm also the same person that doesn't carry cash. Like I'm missing out on T-shirt sales.
Yeah.
So I finally got one of those Square readers, and it's just been like so great because everyone's always coming up with cards. And yeah, you have to give the Square people a couple bucks, but still, I'm getting more than I would have if I said no, I don't have one.
That's a good point.
The thing I'm loving right now is Zelle because it connects to everybody's banks. Doesn't matter what bank you have, and that's how I do stuff with my parents. Like, oh, they bought me groceries, I send them money through Zelle or vice versa.
There's so many apps these days,
and I have them all.
Dude, I know. It's like someone's like, hey, you want to pay me with Cash App? I'm like, I have PayPal, and they're like, it's like almost like I said I could write you a check.
Yeah.
I'm like, I also have
Cash App is cool. I like Cash App.
And then I'm like, I have Venmo, and like, that's so last year. Now I know. I'm like, now I got to get the Cash App, and I'm sure it's once I get the Cash App, now we got Zimzell and stuff.
Well, Zelle, you already have that if you have a banking app.
Yeah,
Vicky's right. It's on
banking app.
It's on your banking app, and all you need is that person's telephone number. And I think that might
email.
and I think Zelle's awesome because it's bank to bank, so it's like they got to back it up. So if anything goes wrong, they got to deal with it.
I'll use Apple Cash all the time unless the person doesn't have an iPhone or if they don't have their Apple Cash set up, and that always gets me too. Of like, wait, okay, it's easy to, but that's my mom 100%. She will not add anything to her cell phone at all, and I'm like, oh, come on, Mom.
Oh, so I don't think I have Apple Cash set up, only because I have everything else.
Well, if you have your card linked to it, I can send you money.
Oh, look at that. I got Zelle.
Nice.
Hey!
Oh, congratulations.
Sweet.
You got Zelle right there. Yeah, if you do any banking, Danny, do you have a portable banker app that you look at for your bank account?
Yeah.
You have Zelle, too.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. So your answer is the same answer I gave you to Apple Cash. See? It doesn't work both ways. You should get Apple Cash. Well, how about you get Zelle?
I didn't say you should get Apple Cash. I'm just saying.
Well, you remember it was a big moment when Dick's decided that they wouldn't even they take credit cards?
Oh, dude, that was
years ago.
Epic.
Yeah. I think we had a celebration on the air when that happened.
did.
Pretty sure we did. Yeah.
Oh, now I'm going to get Dick's after work.
Nice.
Yeah, but what about go to get some food?
That too.
Okay.
Tasty burgers.
Yeah,
walked
you
right
go.
into that one.
Yeah, you listen, you can't let it go. I mean, you got these softballs you have to hit.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
The idea of owning a home felt like a pipe dream.
That's BECU member Leandra talking about her home buying experience.
So we went to BECU where I met our mortgage advisor, Lauren, and she was like, this is what we're going to do. This is how you buy a home.
As a not-for-profit credit union, BECU helps members find the right home loan to meet their needs. Learn more at becu.org/home loans. BECU, power in people. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS ID 490518. Members were compensated for participation.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
So I wanted to know, what do you feel, which movie has the best ending of all time?
Ooh.
Fight Club's pretty good, but we can't talk about that one. Honestly, that one's just great just because of when the Pixies song kicks in. It just...
Yeah.
No song has ever been used better, I feel.
And even the guy who wrote the book Fight Club even says that the ending to the movie's better than the book.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that Chuck Palahniuk?
Yep, Chuck Palahniuk. He said that was an even better ending.
I can't picture any other song working for that ending.
Yeah. Boy, the best ending to a movie ever. Wow.
What about with the hand getting cut off with
Empire Strikes
Peter
Back?
Pan?
Yeah.
Oh, let's say Peter Pan.
Peter Pan?
Peter Pan?
Yeah,
Well,
the
she's thinking Captain Hook.
hand gets cut
I
off.
think he's not a big Star Wars fan.
Are you thinking maybe Saw?
No, I was thinking Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't remember if it was Return of the Jedi or Empire, but obviously it's Return of the Jedi is when he comes back without the hand. Spoiler
It's a
alert.
great ending.
It's a great ending.
It's a super cliffhanger ending, and I can see that. That's a really good ending of that movie.
Rocky IV.
Well, yeah.
When he
don't
ends
remember
the
what
Cold
happened
War.
there?
He ended the Cold War.
Whole
All right,
Cold War
Cold War,
was
yeah.
ended right there.
If we could get along,
Yeah,
and
there we
you
go.
could get along,
Okay.
all of us could get along. That was
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much
it.
Sylvester,
There
is it
go.
you?
The masterpiece that is.
I mean, every Rocky movie is the best ending of all time, really.
Rocky V.
Yeah.
Everyone but Rocky V.
Thank you.
Yeah. That one's not even part of my Rocky world. It's not part of the Rocky universe.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of movie endings. I mean, the Thelma and Louise ending was pretty amazing for a lot of people.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
That was unexpected.
And then when I said Saw, I mean it. Like the
Saw
reveal
was
at
so
the end
good.
of that one was so amazing.
I forget what happened. What happened at the end of that, the reveal?
It was Jigsaw was actually the dead body that was in there the entire time, and he was watching them do everything the whole time when Cary Elwes' character cut off his own leg.
That was so intense, man. And then when he did he got up, and you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, and he just slams the door shut on the other guy, and it's just like, that is amazing.
The first two Saw movies, because even the second one with Donnie Wahlberg, that one was really good too. And then after that, they kind of just went off.
As far as the ending, the ending of that Saw 2 was good too?
Because,
All right.
I mean, the first one was better because of the first one, you didn't know that was going to happen.
You couldn't anticipate it.
Whereas, the second one, you kind of knew that they were going to, tie it all together at the end, but it still was really well done.
There you go. Nice.
Titanic. The boat sinks.
That was not a good ending.
Well, you knew it was coming.
Well, I mean,
really
the way
good one.
I mean, the ending of Jack and what's her face?
Rose.
Jack and Rose,
Jack
I
and
suppose.
what's her name?
What's her face?
Good old Rose. Yeah, I guess that ending was probably. I mean, everybody talks about it. She had room on the door and still kicked into the curb.
Yeah.
So
Or
it's
kicked into the ocean.
A lot of texters are saying Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, when you realize who Kaiser Sose really is.
And I mean, personally for me, the end of Infinity War with the snap was pretty fantastic.
That was pretty great.
I was going to say Endgame, even though it was heartbreaking. It was fantastic. But not Infinity War, 'cause that was worse.
All right, yeah. I mean, I could see how people. Yeah, that was a good. I don't know if that's the best ending that I would put in a movie, but it was good.
Who
It was
Framed
definitely a
Roger
good ending.
Rabbit?
Ooh.
What was the ending of
Ooh,
that?
the ending of Goonies.
I don't remember really. I just felt like saying Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
The ending of Goonies is good.
Yes. And then Sloth becomes part of the family.
Yeah.
All right.
Or
Spoiler.
Mighty Ducks 2, Mighty Ducks 3.
Okay, now
I think we're done with this
together.
conversation.
Okay, the ending of Miracle, the Disney movie about the U.S. Olympic hockey team.
that's a good
'Cause
ending.
It was just so awesome.
Yeah.
Like Goosebump City.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
for the-
it's really funny with movie endings. Are they as rewarding as maybe the whole movie? That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm. And do you think what's better, a great movie that the ending was all right, or an all right movie but the ending was phenomenal?
The all right to a phenomenal ending.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like that with
Yeah.
everything. Like as long as you finish music, as long as you finish the song or the set on a high note, you can kind of forget everything. Wrestling too, you could have the drizzling S for a match, but if the final sequence and ending was just epic, then people forget everything else.
We said, was it the ending to the Bruce Willis M. Night Shyamalan movie that I always forget the name?
Sixth
Sixth Sense was pretty good.
That was
yeah.
great.
Yeah. I mean, any surprise ending is good. So I suppose movies like that. Yeah.
Because I didn't like it when I first saw it, but then when I started thinking about it, it actually was a pretty that movie. What the hell was it? Where Oh, crap.
The Village?
The Village.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that
I
one.
couldn't remember the name of it, but that movie, like, it wasn't the greatest movie, but when you really start thinking about like that whole movie as a premise, you're like, that was really kind of clever.
Yeah.
It was like just a well done idea. It was just nothing. It would have probably been better like as like an hour show.
I think the problem.
You're absolutely right.
I think
Yeah.
the problem with that movie was that a lot of people went in thinking that it was going to be like a horror type scary movie, and then when when everything's revealed, you're like, oh, so I think that a lot of people like me were disappointed at the time. However,
Right.
now that I watch it back, it's like, oh, this is pretty good.
It's
like
a
I
really
get it
cool
now. Yeah.
movie. But yeah, you're right, because I think the expectations were so high because of Signs and The Sixth Sense.
Yep.
Yeah. You're like, okay, Shyamalan's back and he's going to have another banger. And then all of a sudden you're like, what the hell are we watching?
Yeah.
This text is best movie endings. Gosh, you guys are so basic. LOL. Best endings that come to mind are Pascal Laugier's Martyrs and Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth.
I saw Pan's Labyrinth, and I forget what happened in the ending of that.
Yeah,
That
you
movie
and
was
I
a
will
little-
never be movie going buddies.
Yeah.
We could probably
Yeah.
see eye to eye on many other things, but I would not be like, yeah, let's go see Martyrs.
I forget what happened in Pan's Labyrinth. Why was that ending? That movie was confusing to me, to be quite frank. So, but Doug Jones, I love, and he played I guess Pan. I guess is who he played.
And the texter is right, though. We are, especially me. I'm very basic with my movies.
Mhm.
I have a formula, and I want it to happen every time.
Yeah, all right. I suppose compared to those movies, I'm basic too. I can't argue because those movies sometimes go over my head, and I don't like them.
Yeah, if I have to put my phone down and fully pay attention to a movie, not in.
Well, that I like doing, but Pan's Labyrinth, I don't know if it was because it was subtitled, maybe. I can't remember, but I was lost on those movies. It doesn't mean they're not good. It's just I was lost.
All right, more important question from a texter. My wife and I just had this discussion yesterday. What is your favorite way to have potatoes?
Ooh.
I'm mashed and gravy all the way. She loves waffle fries. How about all of you?
See, here's the thing. I think that fries are always a good go-to. I almost think fries shouldn't even be counted as potatoes, even though they're made from a potato. Because you can do potatoes either baked.
Did you just hear what you just said?
I know what I know. I'm sounding like an idiot.
Yes.
I feel like French fries are always good. Like, who's ever going to turn down a fry? But if you're going to do like a different way to do potatoes, like mashed or baked or
tater tots.
I don't know.
Tater tots.
My girlfriend will take a baked potato over any kind of potato.
Same.
I love a baked potato.
Especially
over French fries.
Oh,
Yeah.
She will not eat French fries. She'll throw the French fries away.
Oh,
for
I
a
can't
baked
do it.
potato.
I consider them two different things, even though they're made from the same thing.
Do you remember that microwave? It was popular for a while. I don't know if it was popular here, but it was definitely popular when I was growing up. But there was twice baked potatoes, the microwave ones.
Yeah.
Oh, the twice bakes are good.
Oh, those would burn the living F out of your mouth, but like
So
they
good.
were so good.
You just gotta wait like 30 seconds, Steve.
That's 30 long seconds,
Yeah.
Rev.
So that's a different way too. You got baked potatoes, twice baked potatoes. Oh, au gratin.
Yeah,
Don't
scallop
forget au
potatoes.
Scalloped potatoes
Those are
fantastic.
great.
Oh, I mean, see, that's why I think fries should just be their own category.
No, man, you got to make the tough decisions in life sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, but I'm not.
I
Because
love that the rules lawyer isn't playing the game by the rules.
Yeah,
I made my own rules, and I'm just saying that, like, I like potatoes a certain way outside of fries. Like fries, yeah, I get it. You can that to me, there's so many different kind of fries. They should be their own thing. Because there's so many different kind of fries. You got curly, you got waffle, you got crinkle cut, you got regular cut. Those are just fries. I mean, so are we going to get that specific and say that's what I like this kind of fry and that's it?
You know what?
And
Actually,
I can't have any other potato?
Probably the perfect combination between baked potato and French fry is the JoJo.
I was about to say, man, the JoJo is definitely a underrated
I don't even know if I've had a JoJo.
It's like a wedge cut potato.
Yeah. It's basically there's a place down by my house when they were still open that would just basically take a potato, cut it into fours, deep fry it, and there's your JoJo.
Oh. Yeah, see, that's not bad either.
So good.
Okay, the JoJo. See, there's so many. And then at that, it's still kind of a potato, right? Because it looks
it's more potato-y.
Yeah.
Than French fry, I guess.
Yeah. I love mash, though. I'm always going to go mash.
Do you like your little chunks in your mash? Like chunks of potato?
Oh, the lumpy.
I like lumpy.
I like it completely
like potato
creamy.
skin kind of. Really?
Yeah. I like it. I like it like a soft serve ice cream potato.
I don't know, man. I think it's more. It feels like it's like just freshly made when there's still lumps in it.
Man, BJ, now you just made it weird for me. Like,
oh yeah, soft serve potato.
Yeah, calling it soft serve potato.
I would like a soft serve potato, please.
Dump it into a waffle cone and eat it.
Oh, how cool would that be? A waffle fry cone.
Whoa.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all 3 of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
The idea of owning a home felt like a pipe dream.
That's BECU member Leandra talking about her home buying experience.
So we went to BECU where I met our mortgage advisor, Lauren, and she was like, this is what we're going to do. This is how you buy a home.
As a not-for-profit credit union, BECU helps members find the right home loan to meet their needs. Learn more at becu.org/home loans. BECU, power in people. Equal housing opportunity lender, NMLS ID 490518. Members were compensated for participation.